like let's take the biggest leftist talking head and put them on a podium and someone schwacks them. I'm not going to be fucking happy about that either.
Please, no, me and Phil were just discussing this. Please do not
Tickle.
Hassan Piker. I do
Oh my
not
God.
need that fucking man to be a martyr. I see him
No.
like once every 2 to 3 months in my feed right now. Please do not
Tickle.
Hassan Piker.
He's such a clown, and you guys will make him immortal.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh God, do not.
He must live until he's 90 and,
Yeah,
and have
I
faded
want
out
him
of
to live.
obscurity decades before that.
You're listening to the Art and More podcast with your hosts, Nathan and BR. Nathan is a Canadian illustrator with a couple years of military experience, and BR is a British anarchist that moved to the States. Both are passionate shooters and community builders. Together, they run the Seaburn art page. Enjoy the show.
Said it best. Like,
Yes.
this is the food my food eats.
Based.
Oh shit, we are
Greens out your
recording.
life. Yeah, I got that.
If
Yeah.
you eat animals that eat the greens, then you get the nutrients that come from the greens. Obviously, feeding cows corn completely negates this whole argument.
Yes. Just yeah, I was going to say, what's cow feed made of? I'm pretty sure it's just like
It's
corn
fucking corn.
subsidied extract,
Yeah.
whatever, like sawdust and wood chips kind of shit.
No, I like what Phil was onto though, because like
Yeah.
Big Vegetable doesn't want you to know this, but if we just feed the cows right and then eat the cows, kind of works out.
Yeah.
We've been knowing this. They're just suppressing it. The food pyramid is a lie.
Oh, bruh. I
Yes,
knew as a little kid when I saw the food pyramid and I saw bread at the top, I was like, "There's no fucking way."
Yeah, I was like, I'm supposed to mainly eat bread, rice, and like pasta.
I know
Yeah.
you're trying to make me retarded now. Come on now.
Yeah. I'm probably going down like a schizophrenic hole, but I remember seeing articles about how peasants' teeth, like the quality of their teeth just went to absolute shit when we discovered agriculture.
Mm.
Yeah.
That honestly makes complete sense because, like, you see, animals don't have fucking dentists.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see like an elderly deer or some shit. If you live in a blue state, in a red state, you'll never see that shit. But you'll see
Dude,
like
I
an
see
elderly
deer like
deer with
every
like perfect
other
teeth.
day. I live in a like one of the reddest states, and I probably see, no joke, about 5 deer a day if I do
Oh, yeah, that's
anything
fair.
outside.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
there are so fucking many. They will come into your yards. Like
No, to be
they don't
fair,
even care.
Where I just recently moved to, I'm happy to be living like a country boy again because I've almost hit quite a few deer since moving out here. So
Yeah.
hooray, country living. Love
Oh,
it.
straight up, man! I drive like 15 under the limit at night, and I've already actually hit one deer. This deer, correction, the deer hit me. Like it
More
ran
accurate.
out, and it's like in the middle of the road. So I'm slowing down. I'm going like 60, and I slow down to like 45. And right as I'm going next to it, it decides to launch again, just like headbutts the side of my car. Somehow it flips around and pisses all over the back of my car. The deer was okay; it just fucks off into the woods. But now there's a small dent in my door, and there was just like piss and hair.
All right.
Thank you.
You just reminded me of something my dad, who's like a lifelong outdoorsman hunter dude, just reminded me of, which is there is a thing called a deer whistle. Have you ever heard of this? Like for a vehicle?
Oh, that's
Yeah. I've heard that they're kind of like not
Okay.
like snake oil, kind of.
Yeah,
Again,
he swears by them. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like this man, he's listening to this in his tractor right now. But like this man told me, like, get one of these. I have since I've had it on my vehicle. I haven't like never had a close call with a deer. I'm like, all right, man. You know that it's like maybe I'm just like supporting Big Deer Whistle right now. But
Yeah, big
like,
Harbor Freight.
yeah. You can get like a 6-pack for like $15 on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm looking at
like,
them right now. They're so cheap.
I meant
Yeah.
to buy some for the house and then for friends. Fuck it, right? Like I'll give it a go.
Yeah,
But anyway,
for 15 for 4, like screw it. Like I
Yeah.
just put them everywhere.
anything that moves, that air comes near, just scare the shit out of deer everywhere. Okay, gang, we're kind of dancing around the meat of today.
Yes.
So last week was pretty nuts. And so I just want to get like the disclaimers out the way and let people know exactly how Art and War is going to discuss all that crazy shit. So, you know, a lot of people right now are looking for super black and white opinions on the Charlie Kirk shooting, and all the aftermath that
Yeah.
came with that, and
Yeah, everything that came before and came afterwards.
yeah, and we're not, as you guys know, we're not a black and white show. We're not gonna come out here and like venerate Charlie Kirk. I'm sure we've joked about him on this show before. And we're not gonna cheer on his death because he was a
Yeah.
pundit. There's gonna be something somewhere in the middle. Yeah, not really in the middle of those. Something different, I guess. We're just gonna discuss like really, in our eyes, what this incident means because political violence, it's neutrally without praising or calling it anything else. Like political violence is effective. That is a very uncomfortable truth in the world.
Yeah.
That's why terrorism exists. And
Yeah.
so with that, there is a lot of nuance to what these things mean when they happen, and really, what to make of them. It's we're not going to be sitting here. This isn't going to be an hour and a half of telling you like what a great American Charlie Kirk was, and it's not going to be an hour and a half of assassination jokes because I think we're all exhausted of both.
I'm tired, boss. I'm,
Me
I'm
too,
just
man.
tired. It's
Yeah, like the last week has been retarded.
it has been. I'm really tired at all of it. I'm really tired at the doom and gloom and everything like that. I've kind of been taking a little bit more of a break from social media, but I find it so easy to get sucked into it. That little like doom suicide brick that I'm carrying around. I'll
It's
open it
awful,
up.
ain't it?
Yeah,
Dude,
my entire news feed is like one half is like they're coming for us and they're going to kill us, and the other half is like oh hell yeah, like oh fuck yeah, it's great. We got to do this more, and I've just been like unfollow. Okay, you're
yeah,
weird. Like
yeah,
I do not do that. Like but it finally has got to me.
I avoided Twitter for like 2 days
Yeah,
after it happened. I was like, I saw some things that made me laugh, and I saw some things I was like, that might be a step too far. And then I was like, you know what? It's probably better for my mental health if I just don't look at
yeah,
this.
yeah. There's a little bit of gallows humor of that for a second. I think I've met a lot of people close to him, and we kind of I don't want to say we exist in a similar circle. We don't, but like if you think about it from a really outside view, we are silly boys that go and put our opinions on the internet.
yeah.
We
True.
make yeah
We're
we make
pundits in a
silly little
way.
jokes that some people may find serious, and we make opinions sometimes that are genuinely what we believe in.
Yeah.
I've met some of his cohort. They were pretty good dudes. Like so, I don't want to say surprisingly. It is neither here nor there. They were just like normal people. I was invited to and avoided going to his event. It's not really my circle, not really my crew, but his crew were like just regular people as far as I could tell. Like for keep in mind again, we're in kind of rural Idaho, so they were you know like
Yeah.
anyone else you'd meet up here.
That's kind of like one of the things I don't really. Again, there's going to be a lot of things we say in this episode, somewhat blasé that'll piss people off, but I I don't I don't care for how people are like this man was a fascist. And sure, if you follow like the leftist way of thinking, where it's like this man had these ideas, ultimately these result in like fascist governments or whatever, or like following this to its logical conclusion results in fascism. Like the guy was, whether you like it or not, like a very milk toast Republican. Now,
He
if all
was.
Republicans are fascist to you, that's a separate conversation.
Yeah.
But this guy was like super moderate, and he had some ideas that went, I would say, beyond like
Yeah.
conventional moderate republicanism.
Yeah, but
Um,
I'd also seen him. I completely agree with you. And when you found people that were far more on the quote unquote fascists mindset, he would argue passionately with them.
yeah,
Like he would argue with them, being like, "No, you should love your neighbor. It's what business is it of yours? What they're doing in their bedroom, what they're doing in their personal life." Like he would whenever someone walked up and were like, no, like, well, this is a sin under the religion you follow, he's like, well, no, God teaches us to love thy neighbor regardless. Jesus sat down and had dinner with tax collectors. You're supposed to love the sinner, not the sin. And that's something I did a bit of a deep dive on, not what the internet was telling me about his beliefs, but what his actual beliefs were after all this happened. There's a lot of like, oh, he's fascist, but what I found were a lot of stuff that kind of seems more genuine, if that makes any sense. Not to venerate the dude, but
No, I mean,
Well,
oh,
I don't believe he was a fascist.
no,
And
fuck.
I'm not a fan of Charlie Kirk's, to be clear, but
Yeah,
what made him a threat was that his target audience was college aged people.
yeah,
And so he wanted, and his goal and what he did was go to college campuses and have these discussions.
yeah,
And so that made him a threat,
yeah. To
even though,
the right think, or well, the left think, I guess, in this case. Yeah, like I don't disagree with you, like in terms of how it's perceived. He would be perceived as a threat because he is very popular, and I know people who follow him here. Like I volunteer at a club where sometimes the local Turning Point kids show up, and yeah, they're just fucking kids. They're just
yeah,
young people.
yeah,
They're
they're kids
normal.
that like the Christian faith
Yeah,
and believe in it and
yeah,
are right leaning,
yeah,
probably conservative, probably for the most part baseline Republicans,
yeah,
probably even centrists who just believe in respecting your neighbor
yeah,
and follow Christ.
yeah. I
And
will say that most of the ones that I met here are pretty center, like moderate center,
yeah,
like kind of boomer con Republican. Again, this is a sample size of like 8, so keep in mind that this is, and they're kids too, but they were nice kids, I guess, and I feel kind of bad for what they're probably going through right now because I dealt with him personally when he was up here.
no, I think the thing that a lot of everyone who wants to paint this guy as a Nazi, and again, you can do your thing. I don't. It's not my fucking sphere. I don't really care about the conversation, to be honest.
Yeah,
But ultimately, this is like part of this new wave of Republicans that champion basically virtue signaling to like defend their belief set. And what I mean by that is like, oh, you think Republicans are racist and homophobic? Well, how about a gay Republican black guy to say the exact same views as me? Like that's like just being like open. That's kind of turning point and like that generation and space's way of doing politics. Like they roll out like, oh hey, you call me this, or you think I hate like Syrian refugees? Here's a Republican Syrian refugee to say the same beliefs back to you, and that's just kind of their playbook. That's not like, you can, again, there's a whole like leftist thing about like go down the rabbit hole of like, okay, well, you see, like these are like class traitor, race traitor, blah blah,
oh my
whatever,
god, yeah,
whatever. Like if these guys were truly like Nazis, they would not be fucking using these people.
no,
They would just kill them. They would just like roll out the full fascism train.
yeah. Ironically, you saying this just reminded me of it. One of the most anti-immigration people I ever met in Canada was a Syrian refugee in the Air Force, and she was hilarious. She was funny. I think she listened to this show. Actually, don't know if she still does, but if so, shout out. I won't dox you because your
There's only
beliefs are
so
not
many of those.
equivalent with being in a government position. Um,
Many such cases.
Yeah,
But
but she was talking about it from the inside, like, yo, they did not check us at all. I was on a plane with people who should not have been coming into this country. Sorry, continue.
no, I mean, that's all to say, like, you can think whatever you like of Charlie's beliefs.
Yeah,
The way that people have pushed it,
yeah,
and like people have continued to push us towards being completely okay with political violence as a norm. And to hit on that, this show makes a lot of jokes about that
Y-
topic.
yes,
And quite openly, we have a whole episode. You can go back and listen to it. It's still up. We're gonna keep it up forever, as long as Spotify lets us. Talking about the Luigi Mangione killings of the whatever the fuck
yeah,
CEO, United Healthcare
yeah, and
CEO.
that's something that I feel like people will bring it up, and if they haven't already, no one's actually brought this up to me, but they're like, "Hey Nathan, why weren't you upset?" I say this again, kind of rhetorically, because this has not happened yet, but I'm gonna get ahead of it. How aren't you upset at the killing of Brian Thompson, but you are upset about this? And I'm like, hey, I did not pull the trigger on Brian Thompson, but I do see a very distinct difference between someone who has ideals, like whether they believe in those ideals or not, or they believe in what they're saying or not, or if those ideals are considered the right thing or the wrong thing or not, in a society versus someone who actively profited in the death and misery of other people. Like
Yeah.
someone who actively took money, knowing and creating policy that guided people into an early grave for their own self earning, like for making their stock portfolio worth a little more, for being able to give themselves a bigger bonus. Yeah. No, I think those are two very, very different things. And it makes me very sad that the killing of Brian Thompson became just kind of like celebrated by the left, because there was a minute there where everyone kind of came together and said, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, and just like all things that are like, shared by the working, like the common man, the working class, whether they're
Yeah.
left or right. It then just got pushed and pushed to the pundits, who are then like, oh, this is a left wing issue, and then all of a sudden, like,
Yeah.
people who consider themselves conventional right are like, oh, I'm allergic to this now.
Yeah.
It's something you
There
believed
was
in
like a
5 minutes
solid
ago.
week before it happened where everyone was like, yeah, no, who cares?
It was,
And yeah,
it was looking bad to be an exploiting bugman, and then all of a sudden, the exploitive bugman became one of the good guys
yeah,
because some pundits said the right thing. So
I mean, notice how that works. They took a ultimately nonpartisan issue in which
Yeah.
we all have very similar ideas about,
yeah,
i.e., stop fucking over the lower and middle class.
yeah,
And they turned it into a partisan issue, making people who would have seen this as a positive thing see it as a negative thing, so we fight each other.
yeah. Because
What-
I've always ascribed, and this goes back to the days of the revolution, of the idea of tyranny, be it through someone who is very powerful through finances or position of political power. People who are powerful through who exert a lot of power on other people's lives. I forgot the sentence that I said before this, but I believe it was Thomas Jefferson who said the tree of liberty is watered by the blood of patriots and tyrants. I am absolutely
no, that's
fucking
it.
up that. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yes, but like the untouchable upper class who actually kind of is causing death and destruction and misery and sadness to people, versus someone who has opinions that like a private individual who is. Yeah, and I'd say that even about someone who is like state journalism. I'd say this about someone who's we're not quite in the stages of having a fucking Goebbels figure. But I think that once you start killing people for what they believe, especially and regardless, it could be way further than what Charlie Kirk is perceived as. I think we've kind of crossed an invisible barrier that there's not really any coming back from.
No,
Like in many people's definitions, the three of us would kind of be celebrated in being killed because of maybe to one person we said the words gay and retarded too many times, so clearly we're Nazis.
Yep, and then on the flip side, we
Yeah.
like dissent, and we're too anti-authoritarian to be allowed to live in like a good fascist state where the trains run on time.
Yeah.
Like, we're
I'm the wrong
dangerous.
denomination of Christian or something. Like,
You're also a little off color there, bud.
yeah, I got enough. Well, what's yellow and white mixed together? Beige. I'm a little beige. But yeah, like the hilarious kind of like extreme ends of what our future totalitarian dictatorship might be probably doesn't like any of us. But
No,
but yeah, like if Hassan Piker or someone who's perceivably on the other side, like let's take the biggest leftist talking head and put them on a podium and someone schwacks them, I'm not going to be fucking happy about that either.
please, no. Me and Phil were just discussing this. Please do not
Tickle.
Hassan Piker. I
Oh
do
my
not
God.
need that fucking man to be a martyr. I see him
No.
like once every 2 to 3 months in my feed right now. Please do not
Tickle.
Hassan Piker.
He's such a clown, and you guys will make him immortal.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
do
God. Do
not.
not.
He must live until he's 90, and
Yeah,
and
I
have faded
want
out
him
of
to live-
obscurity decades before that.
Yeah, I want him to live long enough that our boy, our boy can break into his house and wear a dress and like stalk him. I actually have you seen his take on all of this?
Oh, it was kind of retarded from what I remember. Didn't he say?
it was a little? It was.
Didn't
it was a
Sam
little,
Hyde say some shit like "Rise
Yep.
up"? Now's the
That-
time, Patriot. Some shit.
Did he? Because it's Sam Hyde. He's wrapped in 61
I
layers of
know,
irony
I
literally all the
know.
time.
I think he said that about something else, and people were reusing it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure he said that a while ago.
The one thing about this entire mess is everyone's being so misquoted. Like,
Oh yeah, that's
every
yeah.
quote is being taken so far out of context, especially Charlie Kirk's.
Oh, I mean, you know, he'll never have another quote. So like,
Yeah.
you can just pick and choose what you like.
Yeah, and this whole false equivalence of him being like, oh, like the gun deaths are a price to pay for freedom. It's like, yeah, actually, I fucking agree with that. I agree. There's
Yeah.
other ways to tackle the gun issue that don't involve disarming the populace. Not only that, people are like, oh, well, gun control would have stopped it. No, it fucking wouldn't have. He was shot by
Fuck
what?
no.
What? Like
A deer
allegedly
rifle.
a 22-year-old. You know, if it wasn't a Mossad agent. But a 22-year-old in good legal standing with no criminal record and no involuntary mental health holds or anything like that, shot with a bolt action 3-round integral magazine, maybe 5, I don't know, 30-06 hunting rifle. That is like legal in most of the world.
Dude,
Gun control would not have stopped that here. Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, fucking Japan, you can get your hands on that.
Dude, I was saying exactly that to our boy.
Yeah.
What's your transfer? Because we were talking about it a little bit, and I was like, yeah, dude, like you could get this exact setup in the UK. I had this exact setup in the UK growing up. Like,
Yeah. There is not really anything that could have stopped it. And even if there are no guns, you know, if you want to hurt someone, you can do it. This is a talking point that's been said 1,000 times.
Shinzo Abe.
Yup. Killed
If you're
with a
determined.
shotgun made out of fireworks and tubing. Like,
Yep.
with
Yep.
wired to a 9-volt battery. Like, you want to hurt someone, you want to assassinate someone. It's people are more touchable than you'd think. Like,
Also, in the past, we've seen there's footage of Japanese politicians being ran through with swords.
yeah, 100%. There is a history of that. And, you know, like, I don't want to come right out and be like, hell yeah, assassination, all of that. It's like, no, like political violence is always a last resort. This is like like every other box has failed. You know, your ballot box, your jury box, your soap box, all of that has failed. Now you're at the bullet box. But I think like the idea of escalating things before they have escalated on your own by killing people for what
Can
they
we-
say.
Can we touch on something that people are going to be a little upset about?
Yeah,
But
no, go ahead.
this feels like a massively wasted act of political violence. Like I'm not
Yes.
directing you towards anyone, but
Yeah.
like there are some really bad people in this world.
Yeah.
We just lived through like insane tyranny the last few years. And there's a lot of people that are outright like war criminals, pedophiles.
Yeah.
Like there's fucking like goblin monsters in power right now that will live until they're 109.
And they're
Yeah.
all on a list that we're not allowed to see.
Yes, everyone
because
is blocking
the
us from seeing
same
it.
people who are on said list
Yeah.
are blocking us from seeing it.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
I
lists,
find
this-
it really funny, the political theater of like, oh yeah, we're going to vote to release it. We're going to vote to release it. And I guarantee when they're in power again, when everything comes around, they're not going to vote to release it because it's a power play. The whole thing of like, there's a reason it wasn't released during the Biden administration. There's a reason it's not being released during the Trump administration. There will continue to be reasons until
damn,
everyone on
the
that list is dead.
opposing side is stopping it.
Yeah.
And every time these votes happen or something new comes through to push it through, something crazy happens.
Yeah.
Like a political assassination the same day as the vote. Wild.
That is a little crazy. That's a little. There are some theories about like the plane that took off and immediately turned off their ASVAB.
Yeah, I don't know about that part. I haven't looked
Not
into it.
ASVAB. Fucking whatever the thing is called.
Yeah,
I don't know
their
anything about
flight
that.
monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of creepy, crazy things going on, and there's like a non-zero chance we're going to be reading, if we're still alive in 50 years and we're not doing it from the wasteland, a declassified CIA file about all of this. But I do find like the Occam's razor solution of we have been getting into increasingly violent political rhetoric for a very long time. So something like this, whether this is a false flag or not, something like this was inevitable. I'm just going to say
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I mean, I remember like being in the UK, I was looking at making the move over here, and it was like
Yeah.
2015, 2016, and I was watching the news, and I just remember watching Americans beat the shit out of each other in the streets like a decade ago over like, you know, oh, it's Antifa versus the Proud Boys and all that shit, and
Yeah.
like people just going out and not voting with anything other than fucking batons and sticks and fists, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, like we're just gonna street fight our way into an American era of prosperity.
Yeah. It's
So
funny how things never change.
no, dude, and that's kind of been the mode. Like, you know, early like 2001, there was a big uniting event. Like there was a common enemy, you know, with the war on terror. And then as that kind of came through and emerged to be a lie, and America was left pointing fingers at each other, it's just devolved into like something way worse than we ever had before.
Yeah.
Aside from the Civil War, of course, like people just in this American Cold War against itself, where there's not
Yeah.
like everyone. And again, people want to go back to those black and white, like nice, clean solutions. Like, oh, it's the political violence against the right is now going to allow more political violence against the left, or the left is going to be encouraged to enact more violence against the right. And it's like, dude, there's like vague sides and places people's politics fall on, but there's so many fucked up factions
Yeah.
on all sides. It would be so fucking awful. And you see like just the schizophrenics on both sides, like the left-wing people cheering it on and getting all excited about, oh, this is the thing that kicks it off. Now this is going to be more common. Who's next?
Yeah,
And you
and
know, all
the
those memes.
veneration of the guy. It's like you have a depressed dude in SSRIs with access to dad's hunting rifle or like their own SKS that they bought fucking I don't know from their local gun store, and one day they decide to go out and they decide to pick on a target that really doesn't deserve it.
I I I have names that I've mentioned offline that honestly, like the left in their general like objectives to eliminate fascists, there's
Yeah.
people out there that would have been way better candidates that would have sent like way more of a message.
Yeah.
I just
To
don't
be clear,
get
we're
this.
still not saying like, yeah, go out and do this.
Yeah,
Like,
I just
mean,
yeah.
what's my biggest complaint about Ted K? The
he
targets
got
didn't
caught.
matter enough.
Yes. That I agree with. All
Yeah.
jokes aside, I
He
don't
should have gone bigger.
that guy either. Yeah.
No.
This is a satirical podcast, and we do not in any way
it's a comedy show that's
condone
edgy.
or support the idea of sending bombs to federal buildings or employees. But
I do believe that if you're going to be a pundit on either side, you're essentially a propagandist, and if you're going to say and promote ideas that are going to radically change or control other people's lives, you're going to have people that are going to try to
Tickle.
you. Whether
Yes.
that's right or wrong, that is something you need to expect. And
Yeah.
Charlie knew was absolutely a possibility,
yeah,
and his security wasn't enough.
yeah,
Assuming that what happened and what we've been told happened is what happened, and there's no
Yeah.
conspiracy and nothing shady going on in the background, because that never happens.
that never happens, not once.
He knew the risk, and this can happen to people like him. This can happen to people on the other side of the aisle. This can happen to anyone who has a podcast that says some radical things. Like,
Yeah,
Ooh.
crazy people shoot people. That happens.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like scary times we live in.
Yeah. No, I mean
It's always scary times.
Yeah.
to Phil's point, like, you know, I was saying about like an American Cold War that we've kind of been sitting in, and like this country is a social experiment. It was founded on the fact that if you don't like the way power is going, you as an individual can affect change.
Yeah,
Whatever you make of that, that's the reality of this country.
Yep.
Propagandists in times of war, especially effective propagandists, are
Our targets.
targets, whether they're legitimate targets or not, whether they're done by, you know, front-facing forces or some shady shit from the intelligentsia. Like, they're legitimate targets in a government's mind, or, you know, individual actors' minds. So yeah, like you said, it's something, if you are putting yourself out there and, you know, you've got security, you've seen you've had like a million death threats in your inbox. You've had, you or people on your side of the aisle or the opposite have had stalkers, have had people show up at homes. I mean, Charlie Kirk, he has lived, or he lived through a time of political violence. Nancy Pelosi's husband and like the hammer attack incident, and he made a lot of comments about that. About like, it's one of the things people were commenting on was him joking about raising bail money for like the attacker of her husband. um these are all factors of being a pundit or a public figure in modern
Yeah.
America. So, not that it makes it right, not that it stops the fact that there is a wife and two children that are missing like a critical man from their life forever now.
Yeah.
But that is the reality of the game that you're playing. And I think, as much of a family man as Charlie was, and as a lot of these people are, a lot of them aren't aware that anyone can fucking bleed, and that's scary.
Yeah.
Anyone can just be taken off the board if you're viewed as a legitimate target. If you're an opinion swayer, there's reason to take you off the board.
Yeah. Which, like, I have a lot of thoughts about, because it speaks very much to kind of the rapid degradation of our society. And
We're kind of
like,
documenting it in lifetime.
yeah, it's like it almost seems like we're heading towards some sort of national divorce. Like, we've been saying for a long time that like ideologically, and when I say the sides, like, where we're kind of oversimplifying this, I agree. If anything ever kicked off, which God, I really really fucking hope it doesn't.
Oh, make Syria look like
Yeah.
a sandbox.
Yeah, it would. It wouldn't be left versus right. There would be like 100+ factions just
It'd be
fucking
every flavor of tribal you can possibly think of.
yeah,
What
just
what
like
what kind of American are you?
yeah. That's exactly it. It's like I really liked Civil War. I worry it's a little too topical, but one of the things that it had was like it's never clear what side is fighting for what. They never say
Yeah.
it. You can never tell looking at them. It's just outright chaos, really. Like it's small regional conflicts, decentralized commands. Some places aren't affected by it. Like to look at them, and then you look at the Rus, and they've got a citizens guard patrolling, just with rifles. Um, it would be bad. It would be very bad, very 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 bad.
Yeah. And I mean, some people are fucking retarded enough to be like, I just want it to start. And it's like, dude,
Yeah,
you have no idea what that means.
yeah, it'd be bad for everyone.
You go from worrying about paying rent to worrying about putting food on the table real fast.
Yeah,
And then clean water
Yeah.
shortly
Yeah.
after that.
it's like the beginning of that movie opens with like I think it started in New York, and
The
there's
suicide bombing.
like, yeah, suicide bombing at a UN aid truck, like delivering water to people. It's like, yeah, that kind of shit's going to happen.
Oh,
Mhm.
100%.
But seeing all these people genuinely celebrate, it's like, I don't care if you didn't like him, I really don't, but celebrate killing someone and then proceed to one, call for it again, and two, mock and belittle the survivors like his wife and children.
Oh, dude, I've seen
Holy
I've
shit.
seen horrible shit about
Horrible
like
shit.
like joking about going after them next. I'm like, dude, there's are we the baddies? Like, look at your fucking self, dude.
Yeah,
Come
you
the fuck
genuinely
on.
look at yourself and think that, like,
Yeah, after the revolution, people like me will be the ones that are the good guys. We'll be the role models for people. Are you fucking serious?
Well,
Yeah.
the victors write the history.
that's true enough. That's true enough.
but I feel like the next, not to be like, oh yeah, the next generation, the young people, it's like so many people are so fucking fried, like they're, and people will point out like out of context quotes from Charlie Kirk being like, oh yeah, well, I think empathy is bad or whatever, like it is part of a larger thing, and they'll be like, well, that means we don't have to have empathy. It's like, no, if you're saying this is a bad thing, maybe don't be the thing that you purport to be bad.
yeah,
Like,
you guys are critiquing some of the right things. Like, maybe
Yeah.
stick with like where you started, like what you felt in your heart was like what was wrong with the world, rather than just becoming like as horrible a monster. And
Yeah.
it's not to like turn around and be like, these guys also need to be pee-pee whacked, but I've seen some whack shit from the right too. Like this is the thing they salivate for. Like, okay, you've got a fresh martyr. Um, and from that, like, okay, now you can equate him down whatever, like, fucked up little rabbit hole that you spend, your terminally online time living in. Like, all of these people saying, like, getting upset over the fact that people are pointing out, like, hey, this is clearly some divide and conquer shit that's happening right now. People don't want to hear that. People just want to be divided and conquered so they can go and club the other side because it feels good. It's easy. Like, and I get it. Some of the stuff these people are pointing out is like, well, look at how disgusting these people are celebrating, and it's like, yeah, we shouldn't have to share a country with them. Like, we shouldn't. Honestly, we shouldn't all be one country. We should have balkanized a while ago.
Yeah.
You people shouldn't all be forced to live in the same under the same rule set, because like these are different cultures. These are fundamentally different things that are being forced to live next to each other.
I agree. And it's getting to the point where it's like people will genuinely rather kill and die than live under it.
Yeah.
It's
And they're starting to more and more. Like,
yeah.
we need to all fucking go our separate ways.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree with that. It sucks, but I think that might be the only way out of the shit sandwich that America's kind of baked itself into. And not even just America. Like a lot of the Western world has this problem on different scales. America's just the one we see the most because we fucking live here.
yeah. I mean, dude, like this kind of comes back to the first Civil War where Lincoln, clubbed the South over the head, and whole fucking war happens, and then forces something that tried to separate and not be part of America anymore to be America. And it's not just like, okay, so it's a North versus South thing. It's like, that's fundamentally the mentality of the federal government in this country, is like, no, you don't get out of this. Like, you just belong to us. And the result of the Civil War being won by the North was like the people that lost they got raped. Their communities were like just the industrial fucking pit of the United States, and they're still feeling it. And it's like, okay, what a fantastic relationship to build the future of a country on. Is like, you try and separate, and we see it time and time again, whether it's Waco or Ruby Ridge or whatever else. They try and fucking get out of it. They get clubbed and dragged back, and it's like, I wonder why people react violently and have violent outbursts and try and like, I wonder why political violence is a thing in America and continues to happen. It's like, dude, we have a history of it. It's going to keep on happening. Like, as long as we just chain everyone together, people are going to lash out at each other.
Yeah.
They're not doing the American thing of like freedom and self-determination and what actual liberty is. They're living some pseudo lie with American window dressing, and everyone's like, why are you so fucking crazy? It's like, none of this makes sense. The social experiment has been fucked, and the rules as they were written are not followed by the people who espouse they're the ones defending it.
The experiment has been co-opted. They wants us divided. And I'm not talking about the other side. I'm talking about the people who we didn't vote for, the people who influence everything with money, whether they're in the country or not. They want us divided. They want us to fight each other.
Live in a country across the sea in the desert.
They don't want us to be united against them.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look at, like, for those who remember, Occupy Wall Street.
Oh, God, yeah.
When we look back on that now, what we see is a bunch of fucking hippies in Wall Street saying, no, these people are making too much money. But that's not how that shit started.
Yeah.
That shit started when everybody said this is bullshit. These people are making shitloads of money and they're fucking over the middle class. Yeah. And therefore, the lower class gets it even worse. And then they use this divide and conquer bullshit and made us all fight each other and made everyone on the right go, no, the millionaires and billionaires are heroes and they're good. Yeah. And we should defend them. They can make as much money as they want off of our backs.
Yeah.
And then they just made it look like it was a bunch of dumb leftists who were being greedy and wanted shit for nothing.
Yeah.
And now it is.
Yeah, it's kind of wild how well the culture war is weaponized.
Oh dude,
yeah.
it's like every time there's like a new strain of like unity amongst Americans that's completely organic and starts to go somewhere, like
Yeah.
give it at most 3 months to shut that shit down,
Yes.
like without fail. Our government knows what the biggest threat to them is, and they hit that shit on the head.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to divide and conquer. I
It's
got
it's
mugged
a
outside my Occupy Wall Street protest, and I was very angry and very stupid. And I pulled a knife on the guy. He had a handgun. I think it was a Beretta.
What? I've never heard this fucking story.
Oh yeah, dude. There were four of them. He because like our Occupy Wall Street again. This is in Canada. Um, it turned into like a vagrant homeless camp very quickly. And yeah, the crime up there went wild. All of that. Four of them approached me. They got violent. I was very dumb and lived in the like you know when you're like a late teenager, early adult kind of thing, like young, dumb, and angry, and not really aware of your own mortality.
Oh yeah.
I had this super gay folding karambit. Uh, and he's like, yeah, like little bitch, empty your pocket, so and so. He like pulls a handgun out of his jacket pocket, like a breast pocket inside. And I pulled my knife and started just being like gay and larpy and like closing the distance. And he ran. I think he realized what I was going to do to him. I'm very glad that nothing happened because that could have gone very badly for me.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
could have been a fake gun.
Yeah, it could have. Likely, it was a fake gun. If he,
And you just luckily won that dice roll.
yeah, I bluffed him. He was kind of within a clinch.
Okay.
I had no idea what the fuck I was doing and was 100% just like just mad and looking tough because I was an idiot kid.
You out bluffed.
Yes, I out bluffed.
Almost got a continental Canadian kill.
Yes.
It's the super rare and elusive.
I would still be in prison today if I killed someone.
Oh yeah.
Against there.
Oh yeah.
Especially, like I was carrying my little CS:GO karambit or whatever the fuck. If that gives you an idea of what an idiot kid I was.
When you defend yourself with a Damascus fucking karambit.
Yeah. I did end up calling the police after. A couple people witnessed it from across the street. They were all arrested at a McDonald's, like a couple blocks away. And apparently they tried to turn it into like a political thing while the police came in. They're
Of
like,
course.
we're being suppressed, so and so. But yeah, no, it's just like four dirtbag, like young adult teenage boys.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
I had basically forgotten about that story until you mentioned Occupy Wall Street.
Occupy Canada.
I can't believe
Occupy. Yeah.
in like 4 or 5 years of knowing you, I've never heard that.
I have not thought about that story in fucking years.
That's incredible. I love the random bits of Nathan lore we get.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was very, very stupid in every case now as a grown ass adult. No, cannot recommend. Do not do this. Do not do this.
Hey.
I was in the military at the time, and I thought I was a cool little killer.
Fair. I guess anything else on the Charlie thing? Like, it was kind of one interesting thing was how the news came in, and the boys were monitoring the situation.
Yeah.
That was crazy to see in lifetime. I don't want to like really deep dive it, but I think it's just interesting how just kind of while it's still fresh, talking through how the information came in, because this. Like it or not, this is an extremely historic event, and I'm so tired of living through historic events. But but the way it happened, like I was at work, and someone comes in the office, and they're like, "Hey, you see Charlie Kirk got shot?" And I was like, "No fucking way!" Just like incredulous, like, really? And so this was like maybe 20 minutes after it happened. Probably not even that. I think it was like 15. It was crazy quick after it happened.
Yeah.
So for history's sake, this was September 10th, 2025. It's now the 15th of September, so we're recording this 5 days later while it's all fresh. But so it started pinging about, and at first you see the far away video, and I saw a ripple in his shirt, and I was like, oh fuck, maybe he got hit in the shoulder or like the chest. And you see him, like, his hands freeze and he goes down, and you're
Yeah.
like, that's pretty bad. That's not great. But maybe he got hit in the shoulder, and so it was starting to come in. Like, there was the way news was going around on this is interesting, because like we were discussing in the group chat while the boys were kind of talking about it at work, and I was like, hey, you guys see this? You're like, yeah. And then we started kind of pinging back and forth, like, who had heard what the most recent thing was. And one of the things was like, oh, I've heard that he's like, they got him to the hospital and he's stable. And by that point,
Yeah.
like, I think we'd all seen the close up video of
Yeah.
the neck hit, which is fucking awful. Like, I hope to God his kids and his wife never see that, but I'm sure his wife already has. Is the fucked up thing, because it was everywhere. It was like, I scrolled through Instagram like in the minutes after it happened, and there no shit. There was like 17 videos in a row, the same fucking thing.
Oh yeah, that's how Twitter was. It was probably
Yeah.
it was like my whole feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent basically like I took the day off and was just
Oh
glued
yeah.
to my phone, which
Oh
was
yeah.
not super healthy.
Oh fuck no.
I think there is also something to be said about just like this constant drip feed of extreme violence that we have. Like,
Yeah, we talk about it all the time on this show.
yeah, we do. Like I not to again bloviate, but I don't mind violent media. I don't mind violent video games. I immerse
It's
myself in that
entertainment.
shit
You know
all
it's
the time.
fake.
Yeah, it's not real, but like seeing people die, not fucks me up. It bums me out. Like I woke up that day and I sleep in a little late, and I'm on the West Coast, so I'm a couple hours behind you guys. It was the first thing I saw. Like, I was in bed, I opened my phone, and it was the close up angle of him getting shot in the neck. My first response, and maybe this is just kind of like how my brain is fucked, I'm like, oh, it's AI. Like, that's weird. Like, the fluid dynamics are really there, and then it's just like a deluge, and then people are texting me and stuff. It's like, oh, well,
Oh no, that was real.
like I hope he pulls through. I don't know how he would be with that injury, but I
No.
hope he pulls through. And then, yeah,
So that was something I do want to just again note for the record.
Yeah.
Is that so you see him get hit in the neck, you see him dump like a fucking liter of blood in a second, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh dude, like, if someone instantly pinches that vein and holds it all the way to the hospital, you're still going to be in a really bad state.
yeah,
And it was weird the way the information was coming in, because there was like, oh, rumor that he was like, oh, he's been stabilized in the hospital, and I was, to everyone I was talking to, we were all like, that man's dead.
Yeah, there was no shot.
Yeah, I didn't believe that. And then there was like this period for like maybe an hour or so where it was like uncertain, and everyone was kind of like, okay, well, he's, they took him off site. Who knows? And there was kind of all this other weird stuff going on. You saw the old man. I don't even know if we'll get into it, I guess, a little bit, but the old man being grabbed and all that, and then being like, that's the shooter. And him being
yeah. And
hauled
he
off.
he was yelling, shoot me when they were pulling him out.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then he was being hauled off, and his pants were falling down, just fucking crazy stuff. And then you see Donald Trump on Truth Social announce that Charlie Kirk's dead, and I was like, the second I saw the next shot, I was like, and the whole thing about, oh, he's been stabilized in a hospital, I was like, honestly, I I would presume he's dead, and they're just trying to figure out how to break the news to the world that this major assassination just happened. Like,
Yeah.
not major political assassination, but major like cultural event just took place. And I was like, they're clearly trying to buy time, which I hate about modern media. Like, there was clearly like a lull where they're like, how do we? The PR team was like, how do we say this to the world? Oh, let's get Trump to be the one that says this. Like, the first official word that I saw on his condition came from Donald Trump, which is
Yeah.
fucking
Which is kind of
weird.
wild and not really great.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Which is
That
like,
doesn't really add up to me.
no, and that's the thing that we live in such a fucky world of like constant smoke and mirrors, where I was like, dude, did they just use Charlie Kirk as a sacrificial lamb for like
Yeah.
the Epstein file vote? Like, did Trump just, whatever, you can think whatever you want of me for this, but this was my instant thought. was like, did Trump just like have Charlie Kirk killed like
Yeah.
as a convenient distraction? Because who fucking knows, dude? Like in this world, I don't think that's even like crazy irrational.
Yeah. Well, like,
So
again, 50 years from now, where we might see some declassified documents, we might fucking not.
yeah,
Well,
it'll be safely once all the people on that list are dead.
Yeah.
I don't know how deep into the conspiracies you want to get, but
I don't.
the old man that was claiming to be the shooter,
Yeah.
his name is George Zinn. He is also one of the first 9/11 witnesses to claim it as an Al Qaeda attack.
Is that real? Because I saw it might be a different guy.
So, according to the New York Post, he is known for being a part. He's known as a political gadfly who has been involved in political events since 1980.
That's not fantastic.
I'm
So,
curious.
I mean, if you don't believe the New York Post, that's totally, maybe you shouldn't. I'm not saying the New York Post is gospel, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some things about that, and I was like, I'm not sure if that's the same dude. Like, it's always the crisis actor thing that comes out in all of these. I'm like, I get I'm the first one to call the government incompetent, but like,
Yeah.
we're gonna reuse people in like major world events. Like, come the fuck on.
I mean, that dude told, according to the officers, he told the officers that he shot Charlie.
That is a really weird thing because it's like, okay, if what the right wants to believe, their nice black and white view of the thing is that no, this is like a legitimate like lone wolf leftist nutbag with a trans boy girlfriend, whatever the fuck. And like this is just an example of why we need to eradicate these guys because this could happen with any of them. That's like the nice clean theory from that. And then it's like, okay, so why the fuck did this old man who would presumably have no connection, he's not like an accomplice of this 22-year-old shooter, why would he fucking walk up to officers and say like shoot me, like I shot him, and then like go away yelling in cuffs? Like what the fuck does he have to do with this fucking kid? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very, very weird. Now thinking about him showing up at other events too. But keep in mind, like, how many people can you get potentially to do this kind of thing again and again and again and again? Say that the hypothetical world, you are a black box 3-letter agency, red team that does things. Your team is probably very, very, very small and uses the same names for decades. Like the list of people that you can trust and use in situations like this, when it didn't used to matter before social media and everything else made all of this stuff immediately accessible.
Yeah, I just like I think I on when I get into conspiracy stuff, I try and be extremely like atheistic. I'm like,
Yes.
all right, we know there's evil in this world. We see it every day opening our phones, whether it's the cartel, the IDF, like bulldozing Palestinian children, or like
Yeah.
any of these other fucking evils out there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so evil exists. We know that. We see it. It's out there in the open. And like, how deep do we need to go? So like, here's my thing. Like maybe there are crisis actors, maybe these were crisis actors, but even if they like remove crisis actors from being a possible factor, like crisis actors don't exist. It's not a thing. There's still an old man that walked up and went, "Hey, I'm the one that shot him." Who
I
has
did it.
who has no connection to the 22-year-old. Like no feasible realistic one that we could possibly like. So, if he was a crisis actor, that's a whole thing. But like, even without that element in play, it still doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
I think along the philosophical lines, you just have to come down to like, do you believe in coincidences?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then somebody's paying this guy.
yeah. I mean, like, either this man is completely like out of his fucking mind, which if you're attending political rallies, completely
Yes.
likely.
When
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk was in town, I drove like like 10 extra blocks to get just for the purpose of getting nowhere fucking near it.
Oh yeah.
Like, no, I don't have time for that kind of shit.
No, no, it's I've gone to a couple. Where I really cut my teeth on figuring out what this world looked like was my first 3 Arizona 2A rallies during COVID, and just meeting every kind of crazy. I was like, yeah, that's enough of this for me. These people are fucking whack, and this is just like the lunatic asylum takes a field trip.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't get me wrong. I met some great people doing those, but I met a lot of people that need to not be trusted with scissors.
Yeah.
On both sides, honestly. So I don't know, gang. Like, so then there was the jet thing, which I guess we should again mention for the record. Like the whole, we briefly touched it, but essentially, the FBI in the immediate, or the feds, whoever the fuck, in the immediate aftermath of the shooting, closed down all of the airports except for one. They had a private jet that took off like 40 minutes after the shooting and then flew down to Arizona, turning off its transponder along the way. Or no, turned it off on the way back, some shit like that. The transponder was illegally turned off at some point, and then
Yeah.
it returned to the airfield. And it's like, okay, what? Like during a time when like all of that shit was closed down, super high scrutiny on everything, this guy got through.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the weird thing was, when that story first started to break, I went to share this with Nathan, and it was weird because right at the same time, and whatever, like, make of this what you will. There was a blitz of headlines about Vice President Vance flying, like the Vice President flying Charlie Kirk's remains uh, on the vice presidential plane down to Arizona. So all of a sudden, everything Charlie Kirk, Arizona plane is just blitzed by this headline.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't impossible. I think it was the Times or Daily Mail. Someone, no, it was Daily Mail, I'm pretty sure, had an article about the plane, and I sent that to Nathan. But it took me a second, and it was only 2 hours old when I went to share this, and already, like, it was getting really hard to find the information about that particular detail, which, at the time, it was before, like, the identity of the shooter, uh, whether you believe it or not, who they are claiming is the shooter was publicly shared with the public. So that was like the biggest kind of, oh, what's going on with this at the time. Yeah, that was weird. Honestly, I don't have a fucking theory. I don't know. The only other thing to mention, I guess, is in my mind is that people have been saying this was a Mossad hit because shortly before the event, um, Charlie had actually kind of started to turn around on the Israel thing, which
Yep, he started questioning some things.
yeah, we had all critiqued Charlie Kirk at some point for being like another good little Ben Shapiro like Israel shill. You know, just
Yeah.
another like boring rightoid who is like, oh yeah, the war in Israel is just like, what about the hostages? Hamas must be destroyed, and like, let's just ignore like the thousands of dead children and thousands more without limbs
Yeah.
from this conflict. And so Charlie, there was like a stream of him questioning this shit directly to Ben Shapiro, and starting to talk about that stuff and question like, hey, so COVID, a lot of the COVID stuff was bullshit, and a lot of the things the government tells us is bullshit. So should we believe everything Israel tells us at face value? And like that's important. That is a big question for someone who is a really, in my mind, a milk toast like right wing pundit to turn around on that.
Yeah.
Especially when they have like Turning Point USA. That's a very cushy, boring kind of like Republican space, and to question Israel when you're like one of the leading voices to the new generation who, you know, they need to continue believing the Israel thing. Otherwise, like a lot of Republican money goes poof.
Yeah.
And starts doing even more insidious things if they can't control public opinion. And so, like, there's room to say, like, again, some like further right people get pissy about this because it destroys the whole, oh, this was like a lone wolf, crazy, wannabe leftist dude who just shot Charlie Kirk. Like when you turn it into maybe this was a weird Mossad thing, which
Yeah.
Well,
they've done a lot of that. in
2
our history.
days after, who said they would continue Charlie's tour?
Ben Shapiro and
Ben
Milo
Shapiro.
Yiannopoulos came out of retirement, which I find
Oh.
interesting.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. But
Yeah,
Why?
he hasn't been around
No
for-
one fucking cares about that motherfucker. He says he's straight now. Like, you can't unsock all of those cocks, all right? That he would talk about. Like, it'd be like, oh, here's my opinion about abortion. By the way, I've sucked so many cocks. Right. Great. Go back into obscurity, motherfucker.
Yeah, admittedly, I do think that like not to make light of something bad, but that is it would be very funny if he just came back and started doing the circuit again.
Oh,
Like I was
God,
never a fan of his
please.
content at all. I didn't even watch it. I just know people who worked for him. But
Yeah.
it is incredibly funny seeing people absolutely melt down at this guy who clearly does not believe a word that he's saying. Like,
No, he's a puppet.
yeah.
He's like a little novelty toy.
I don't even think he's a puppet in control of anyone. I think he's
Oh,
just
no.
a dude who's like,
No,
hey,
he's
yeah,
like-
let's be as ridiculous as we possibly can. Write me some shit that'll offend people. Go.
No, I guess the proper term, the more British term I'm looking for is muppet.
Yes.
well, he's a proper grifter.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, no matter what happens, like what was this, a lone wolf? Maybe. Was this Mossad? Maybe. I don't know. Like Occam's razor says, just because I do think it was inevitable for eventually someone is just radicalized enough, and we're seeing this through the reaction of this, like someone who's just so fundamentally broken enough to be like, yeah, like this guy's come up in my newsfeed too many times and he has opinions I dislike, I'm gonna fucking shoot him in the head. Like,
Yeah, it's totally
regardless
possible.
of whether this was a hit or whether this was a lone wolf, I do think a lone wolf was inevitable at some point to someone. And seeing people, like I have a lot of thoughts about it, some of which are cohesive, some of which aren't, but like let's take all of my political opinions out of my head. Let's take all of the so and so, like some people call me a fence sitter, some people call me far right, some people call me leftist apologists. Like I don't care what people call me. I'm going to take all of my opinions out of my head and straight up say, like, I cannot coexist with you if you think people should be killed over the opinions that they hold. Like that, because that applies to anyone. That applies to the three of us. That applies to someone making a joke on the street. That applies to so many people of varying positions. Like obviously you can extrapolate this the whole way to its illogical conclusion. Be like, oh well, what if someone killed Goebbels? Like, we're not living in that world yet, and stop talking like we are. Like if you want to be like, oh yeah, I think you should be killed for your opinions, like if you say this joke or like even your real opinion about insert people group or whatever, you should be killed, and that's a good thing. I don't want to talk to you. Like I don't think the police should come down on you for having an opinion either. I'll defend to the death your right to say it, but I no longer want to be someone who even like exists within your presence. Like the people who are celebrating this are just like, whew, oh boy, just this collection of the worst people. That's just my take. That's all.
Oh, dude, the really fun thing about this episode, and I think like we had to talk about it in this way. Like we weren't gonna just like swing. It would be so easy for us to just be like, man, what a horrible, like to just to do the full blown like right wing thing and just jump on the bandwagon and be like in remembrance of brave free speech warrior Charlie Kirk. Like that's not what we're doing. And we're not gonna dance on his fucking grave.
Opinions.
Yeah,
and like all the opinions that all of us have been more or less consistent since far before this shooting has happened.
Yeah, you can go back and listen. Like you'll hear our open opinions on all of these people, all of these things beforehand. Every
opinions change like over time. If I have a new opinion today, maybe I've grown up compared to like an opinion that I had 3 years ago when this podcast started. People are allowed to change their mind. Or maybe I've grown down. I don't know. Maybe my opinions are worse now. Maybe I'm actively worse now in every way, and there's nothing you can do about it. But people are allowed to change.
Yeah, I think what I was gonna get at was like the rough thing about this is gonna be such like a hard to come to opinion, I think, for people who just want like confirmation bias, and this is not a confirmation bias show. Like a lot of people are gonna both come away from this episode thinking that we're like fascist apologists because we didn't want to see Charlie Kirk get fucking killed, and then people are also gonna call us like fucking like leftist sympathizers because we're saying like, hey, it's not great that these people are feeling this way. Instead of like the correct opinion, where anyone who celebrated his death needs to be also put against the wall. Like Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, what the fuck conversations are we getting into in this country? Where it's like literally both sides. Like the left are like this should keep, or like the a lot of these people are like, this should keep on happening. And then the right is like, the way to stop this from happening is to kill all of those people. It's like, do you not fucking hear yourselves? You're both the monster that you're proposing that you stop. And your only solution is mass killings. Like, way to go, dude. That shit has never been tried in history. That shit works out every time. Just fucking purge each other. And eventually you'll come to a utopia. Fucking nailed it, bud.
Yeah. Like, fuck. Dude.
It's also
Kill
tiresome.
the outsider.
Yeah, different. Murder is the only tool we have.
He's from a
It's
different
wild to me
neighborhood.
how quickly we just got to this point. Like I've always thought that all of this, like, yeah, as you said, 2015, the Proud Boys and Antifa are just beating each other up. Like I didn't think we'd get to this point so quickly, but here we are. And the only advice that I really want to give anyone who's listening to this is like, just continue to touch grass. Don't use the doom brick. Just be kind to people. I say that a lot, but fucking just be kind to people.
No, let's talk about some good things like Nepal.
Nepal.
Yes. An example of the system not successfully dividing people. Nepal.
That shit. So that shit was kind of crazy.
Based.
They. So I mean, the government started killing some of those kids. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not crazy well read up on this, but like any government pushed to a brink, like they did the social media blackout. They started killing some kids, and then everyone was like, no, that's not okay.
No. You can't do that.
Yeah, and like over the course of like 3 days, they basically ousted their government. There's a thing going on around about I think it was like the vice president's wife being killed in a fire. From everything I've seen, that didn't happen. They thought she died in the fire, but apparently she was rescued and is still alive. I don't know. That's a whole thing. But from the sounds of it, like they went and revolted with good intentions and pure heart, and it went pretty well. They were taking selfies in front of their burning Capitol building in like 3 days, and then they voted in a new leader via Discord.
Take notes, Jan Sixers.
Yeah, seriously, like
Way
pretty
cooler.
effective.
Way cooler.
So that was kind of neat. I don't really know what the hell is gonna come of that, but I don't know, kind of cool. A lot of that's been going on. There's been a lot of regime changes, but like every time they happen, then like 20 more things happen, and then there's been like a lot of countries that have revolted in the last like year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Like just little things all over the fucking place.
I mean, France did it again.
But it just never really matters because they're a Western country.
Every time they do it, they just put in another person who's bad.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah,
They're really
like,
good at throwing people out of office and then really bad about putting someone better in.
I may have put a hex on France.
On France's heck.
This is all your bad.
Yeah, I paid some witches on. Oh God, this is a bad.
Oh, I
this
saw.
is going.
No, don't go back.
Don't go back.
This is a really shitty bad Charlie Kirk joke. Okay, for anyone who doesn't get that, fucking there was this like one of those shitty fucking boring magazines that just has to invent things to write about. They said they paid 2 witches on Etsy to put a hex on Charlie Kirk. Like I think it was like 2 days before he got shot, and they've since had to modify the article and be like, hey,
Yeah,
um,
I saw that.
we just wanted him to like stub his toe every morning. Like this is
We just wanted him to be miserable, not
Yeah.
dead.
yeah. This is not what we bargained for.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if
yeah,
they
that-
tried to get a refund because the hex was too powerful.
Yeah.
I it reminds me of that fucking Reddit thread, like that Reddit meme where it's like I tried to fight Allah and he was too powerful. He's like some fucking Reddit witch thread. Like don't try and fight Allah in the metaphysical realm. He's too powerful. Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to get us away from the whole doom scrolls. This episode was we came into this knowing it wouldn't be like a super fun jokey one, but we got to end on some lighter stuff.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, we needed to address this for the record, for history's sake, and because we're all fucking talking about this week. But
Well, I mean, back to Nepal, big win for Discord. They're basically running their government off Discord right now.
dude,
I
was
saw
saying
that. Yeah. I mean,
I was,
yeah.
oh, sorry. I was saying this to Phil. I was like, dude, think about like all of the CIA-backed Facebook revolutions, like Egypt in 2015 or whatever it was, and then or 2017, and then like Discord so far, like honestly, a lot less evil
Yeah.
and sinister. So get on Discord for helping people revolt.
Can you just imagine like Nepal, the results of your election with 69.42% of the vote. My Little Pony _ 420 has won the presidency.
Yeah, Fluttershy 69 is your new president.
President McPresident Face is his VP.
Yeah. Like
No, that's 4chan.
it's really silly. We'll see how that whole thing goes. I saw, but I don't know. Again, like I just kind of I've been off the Doom brick for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of anything can we believe?
They like killed the whole family of the person who was in charge of the country, and that's pretty fucked up.
That's usually how that goes, though.
Yeah.
But I think it's not fantastic. It's kind of like a bad start.
No, it's not. I mean,
bad
dude,
start for sure.
Dude, I think that's like a light or dark path decision, like at the birth of like a new era for a country. We saw it with Russia. They murdered the fucking Tsar's family.
Yeah, you didn't imprison the guy. You not only killed him, but you killed the wife and kids and all that. It's like,
yeah,
I mean,
well, who is leading that little spearhead? Like who? Because that's looking like they're taking the renegade path, not the paragon path.
Yeah, you just broke a mirror, but like a really big mirror, and you
Yeah.
fucked your country with bad luck, dude.
Yeah, but I also think like most of the things I read on the internet are like gay and fake, so I
Agreed.
genuinely don't know whether that's true or not. I don't know. Like,
Oh, dude,
I hate to say, Yuri Brezmanov was right. Like, demoralize people by filling the air with so much shit. You know?
Oh yeah,
Dude,
the
a
divide
recurring
and conquer, demoralization. It's all KGB tactics.
Oh, 100%.
And the shit works.
Yeah,
does.
it works real
You
well.
can't fuck up the classics.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like we will. Like I don't know if our civilization will overcome being divided and conquered and lied to the point of like exhaustion before we nuke ourselves. It's not great. We might wipe ourselves out before we overcome that.
Yeah.
I don't know that I think the nuclear option will actually happen, but I do think
Probably not.
it's going to probably end in some form of balkanization.
I think so too.
I think we're seeing like the USSR, but the capitalist version. And it's not even like a good capitalist version. It's a very like co-opted kind of socialist capitalist.
Crony capitalism, I think. Is
Yeah,
the phrase.
crony capitalist for sure.
Yeah.
It
It's like
means
everyone's falling, like everything's kind of falling down, and the powers that be are kind of stripping the copper wiring from the walls while
Exactly, yeah.
around.
yeah. In the wasteland, you'll have to traverse long distances to attend your still functioning favorite fast food joints.
Yes.
They'll still be around. You best believe it.
Oh, what?
I've played too much Fallout. That just sounds nostalgic.
Yeah. Y'all see the movie Idiocracy?
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah,
Love that movie. Love that movie. Just
I
about
was,
my mind just jumped to Fuddruckers slowly changing their name to Buttfuckers over the course of like
hell
500 years.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Starbucks.
That's a Cracker Barrel rebrand I could get behind.
hell yeah. I'm tired, guys. I'm fucking tired. I just want, I don't know. Like, I'm past the point of I just want everyone to be happy. It's just more like I just want me and my friends to be happy now.
Beautiful.
I just want to not be eating cockroaches in the no man's land, irradiated wasteland, um, in the
So
future. Yeah,
something to touch on. I mean, we had such a doom and gloom week, and I think everyone's probably felt like even, you know, Charlie Kirk had no bearing on my life.
yeah,
Um, I I was honestly like pretty bummed about the idea of two children and a wife losing like a husband and a father. That
yeah,
that bummed me the fuck out. That's a horrible thought whenever it
yeah.
happens.
I agree.
Yeah,
And
generally he seemed like a decent guy and probably a pretty
Yeah,
good father and husband.
yeah. He says a lot of stuff that I didn't agree with, and some stuff that I did. Like, as with all people who have their opinions, there are going to be good things and there's going to be bad things. But he seemed like an all around like okay
yeah,
dude.
now transparently,
Yeah,
like outside of that, like this incident didn't have a bearing on me. Like there's
Yeah.
a general heaviness to the country right now. People
yes,
like there's flags at half mast.
yeah,
People are depressed. People are divided.
yeah,
Like it's not a great vibe in a general sense. You go into work and there's people who, like they go home and they like turbo ingest like news and headlines, and that is. I mean, Phil saw this firsthand.
yeah,
Well, speaking of the half mast thing, I was driving to go to work the other day and I saw something I didn't expect. I was driving past a Edward Jones, realtor office. The flag was not only at half mast, it was upside down at half mast.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, that's the first time I've seen that, especially somewhere like normal, like a realtor's office.
Yeah. I last time I saw upside down US flags was like during COVID and the Biden administration.
yeah,
Like I saw people do, the people flying flags are fucking upset with the
Yeah.
country during that period. With like, the heaviness in the country and like everyone being depressed and stuff, like I had to kind of remove myself from it a little bit
yeah,
and be like a little autistic about it. I'm like, okay, how do I actually feel about this? Like it has no bearing on me. I'm sad about the family situation. I'm sad that in general America is going through a rough patch and like the vibes are not good.
yeah,
But ultimately that weekend I posted a little bit about my story, but I was just like fucking around on my property like doing stuff with my hands. I was cutting wood and I was building shit
that
and I
sounds
was
healthy.
yeah, and I was swearing as I knocked my head on the underside of my deck as I was building like a wood storage thing, and
Yeah,
I was like, getting bit by bugs walking through the grass in amongst my trees, and it was fucking awesome. And you know, you don't have to own a property to fucking experience this. Like, go for a fucking walk, go out in the woods, like be with your friends, be with your loved ones, do
yeah,
something that's gonna make the next week, the next month, the next years of your life with your family, your friends, your loved ones better. Like make something, do something, just fucking go outside and remove yourself from the situation. Like be with people who are important to you. And you're like, the headlines were forced on us
yeah,
this last week. Like we were all forced to live through a moment in history because like it
yeah.
was inescapable. And I
Yeah,
think
it
Again.
wasn't.
again,
Yeah, it wasn't just the Charlie Kirk thing too. It's just like I swear the whole week was doom and gloom. Like I'd
oh,
log
because
in and it would just be like a bunch of Russian teenagers or Ukrainian teenagers killed by an FPV drone, a woman getting stabbed to death on a bus, and then like
yeah.
the whole thing about that, a school shooting at another Catholic school.
Hey, you're not talking about the school shooting that happened. Why are you talking so much about Charlie Kirk? You should feel awful for not thinking about the school shooting. And it's like, fucking hell,
No,
dude.
all of these things can be bad at the same time.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's an attention economy, dude. I'm sorry. Like some of
yeah,
these things, like people are gonna pay attention to more.
yeah.
Whatever.
And the Charlie Kirk thing, I hate to say it, it has the most bearing on our culture. And the thing that saddens me the most about it, other than, obviously a senseless death, is more people's reaction. I think that's what is demanding the attention and kind of my reaction right now. It's like the same kind of thing. Like I wasn't as detached, I guess, because I didn't have anything healthy to bury myself into. I didn't get to go work with my hands. Instead, I was on the doom brick. But it was
I
like
know. I
seeing
felt
all the
bad
reactions in
knowing
real
that.
time. Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of jealous. Seeing all the reactions in real time of just like, yeah, fuck this guy. You say the bad thing on the internet, we're going to kill you. We're coming for you next,
I,
motherfucker.
I couldn't do that. I was like, and like the weird thing is, like we talk to so many people, we follow a lot of different people with a lot of different opinions. So I saw the whole fucking gambit. Like some people find themselves in the nice little echo chamber and only like really see the things from the opposing side's algorithm because their own people feed it to them. Like that's one of the craziest like circular things that I see in this space. Like so often it wasn't that, left wing people were coming across right wing opinions or right wing people were coming across left wing opinions. It's
Yeah,
right wing people are showing right wing people like the very worst the other side has to offer. It's like, look at these people and what they think of you. Like a tragedy's just happened, and then these guys are just feeding like this negative feedback shit, and then the inverse where it's like, oh look, right wingers are like now coming to kill us.
yeah,
Like they're so excited for someone to have kicked it off, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my god, you're all just feeding yourselves like the very worst people. It's like I we would all be so much healthier if we didn't live in this like mentally ill terminally online space,
yeah.
which is I know is really funny. Like make sure you follow CBRNR on Instagram and subscribe
Ugh,
to the Spotify show. Like
yeah,
like what the fuck is this thing? It's a monster. But like there's so much negative shit, and I think over time it sounds like you were doing the same thing, Nathan. Like you start to identify, and credit to Charlie Kirk, he said something to paraphrase about like, just wait, just watch what people say when someone dies.
yeah,
Yeah, like you can kind of make your judgment of them, and sure enough, like I was like, okay, unfollow these motherfuckers. Like I don't care. I don't care what you think of a human being, but like some of the celebrations, it's just like,
yeah,
yeah, is this someone that I'd want around my wife and kids?
yeah.
Not really. Not really.
I
Like, you're a
agree.
mentally ill fucking person, dude.
Yeah,
Like I don't want that. It's
100%.
cool. It's cool for my terminally online brain to be exposed to it and me to bear that fucking cross and know that these people exist.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't invite you to the fucking cookout, dude. You're not coming and hanging out with my loved ones with that mentally ill unhinged shit. Like nah, I need healthy, honest fucking people that can handle a rifle. Like that's what I need of my loved ones and the people around me. I don't need this like unhinged psycho shit that lives and dies on people, like other human beings suffering. Fuck that.
The suffering of non-politicians, non-war machine people, not, just a talking head.
Exploiters. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't know, man. It really worries me how far the Overton window has been pushed. Like I already understood and have talked about it on the show about how people's definition of the word Nazi is really shaky to begin with, but it's getting shakier by the day. It's turning into, and I hate to like parrot fucking Facebook boomer meme number 957, but it's like they don't call you Nazis for any other reason than they can justify killing you. And I realize I'm falling into a bit of propaganda bait there, but we're also kind of seeing it happen in real time because like I've seen and been called that for very very shaky reasons. Like the big one that I can think of is being against gun control.
Mhm.
That is like the shakiest reason that I have seen used as a celebration for his death 1,000 times.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're exactly right. It doesn't matter what the flavor of witch hunt is, whether it is like actual historic witch hunts or the fucking like going after pinkos and communists during the Cold War and
Yeah,
fucking like destroying people's lives for that. And nowadays it's, like calling someone a Nazi or white supremacist. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some bold, like fucking disgusting people out there, but it is like it's such an easy word to use for a witch hunt, and there's a lot of those. There's a lot of ways to oust someone and fucking come down on them.
Yeah.
It's lazy shit, and it's dehumanization. And again, we've mentioned like these thoughts. It's complicated shit. It's not necessarily like the most congruent ideology here, but like there's some people that are outright fucking exploiters and like, you know, who require people to lose for them to do their daily thing. And there's people who say shit you don't like. Again,
Yeah.
do not
Tickle.
Hassan Piker, please, for the love of
God,
God.
no. Oh,
He
God.
must fade from obscurity and then like just be a boring old fuck that writes like Noam Chomsky like drivel. Just
Yeah.
do not
Tickle.
him, because you will make all of his anything he's ever written. You'll turn his fucking tweets into Bible verses. Do not fucking
Tickle.
Hassan Piker, please.
Yes. No, God. Oh, God.
Literally, if they kill
Tickle.
him, we're gonna see so much of him.
Yeah.
Right
I'm
now, I
tired.
just see him on my feed because people are making fun of him. Don't make me see him because people are praising him.
Yeah.
Please, God,
I dislike that man.
so fucking
Again,
funny.
dislike doesn't mean, they deserve to die. That's a pretty high fucking bar that we're seeing getting lower by the day. But
Maybe I'll just title this episode, "Please do not kill
Tickle.
Hassan Piker."
yeah,
It'd be such a waste.
Okay. Shit, gang.
So who else
Anything-
do we think wouldn't be a waste? No, I'm kidding. Let's not go there.
Sign up for the Patreon to hear our list. Oh my god.
jeez.
Speaking of lists, that's unironically, this will likely get us added to a new one. So I guess a weird note to end on is like, let's just get back to what we're good at and give some anti-government shtick. There's some really weird, bad stuff happening. They're talking about a Charlie
Palantir.
Kirk. Palantir, they're talking
Yeah.
about a Charlie Kirk law. Like, this, honestly, this is a, I don't mean to overstate this. And honestly, bluntly, not to overstate Charlie's importance, but this is potentially the 9/11 of our era. And 9/11's a pretty extreme example. Like, we use that to kick off a 20-year war.
Yeah,
But
but
honestly,
it's a big event that is causing a cultural shift.
yeah.
And the powers that be are trying to grab onto it.
Yep, and something must be done. And, whether this was like this could be a completely organic shooting. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not ruling that out. It might be just an actual lone wolf.
Yeah.
I'm ruling it out.
It was Mossad. We all know it. But we're seriously entering a really fucking dangerous time that some fucking idiots are cheering on, where it's just like something must be doneism, but on the right, where like the right is really the ones that could say stop. Like the right holds most of the like armed power in this country, and the actual people, with the capability. Like, let's be real, the lefties out there, like the left is a fucking mess. The
Yes.
right is where the military recruits from.
Yeah.
And it's where all of that the meat comes from. So if you get the right to be down with a police state and like imprisoning themselves, like, okay, that's like the clearest path to victory. It's not the left. It's completely neutralizing the right and weaponizing them against the left, because the left is the scary thing that we need to. I mean, that's where Nazi Germany came from. Like, you just need the right to be down and be like, no, these people are dangerous. I'm scared. Do something about it. I give you all the power in the world. I've completely forgotten what we were meant to be conserving in the first place. Like, please give me nice gilded shackles and give me a beautiful, strong police state to keep me away from these scary girl boys with SKSs.
Yeah.
You fucking pussies. You are going to, like, fearmonger us into a brand new police state. Like, we're like maybe a year away from the TSA like losing funding. If we'd kept on kind of the anti-government, like anti-expenses trajectory, like
Yeah.
it might have happened, maybe. But now it's gonna be like, no, the trains must run on time. Like, we're staring down the gun of some really weird surveillance state shit.
Yeah.
and people are like willfully ignorant about it because the right now is in something must be done mode.
Yeah.
So, whether you think I'm like some whiny pinko or not, like, please just fucking consider that shit. Like, it's cool to say, I don't care, give them all the power to stop this. Like, that sounds really
Yeah.
hard. Like, good
But
for you,
we
bud.
saw what happened with the Patriot Act.
It's gonna fucking suck.
Yeah.
Like, all the things that you actually enjoy when you're not being a fucking, like, performative edgelord online, like, all the, all of the, like, bordering on illegal shit you enjoy doing with the boys, like, that shit's gonna get so much harder.
Yeah.
Like, don't be a fucking dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, you made the joke. Now you're on the list. Now some blue hair is going to show up at 3:00 in the morning and turn you into a sausage with his name stolen.
Good luck.
they can
Yep.
try. I got a hell of a hill. It sucks to
yeah.
walk up this thing.
We're going to gas out first.
Yeah, like, I will shoot you when you're out of breath.
Yes.
But yeah, like, guys, just again, whether you think we're like being whiny or not, just really consider like where we angle this fucking thing next. In our tiny fucking ways, we all have a say in it. Like, culturally, in our actions and how we live our lives. It could go really bad. So if you take anything away from this episode, my dad advice is gonna be like, just be fucking aware of what America has been and should be, and don't make it some like pathetic version of itself because it feels good right now.
Yes. I think, ironically, I do think Charlie would be against the idea of a surveillance state. Like, he seemed pretty consistently, like, even this goes against my personal beliefs. I prefer small government from a lot of the clips that I saw of him. Especially,
That was his original platform. Like,
Yeah.
Turning Point USA did like a bunch of like minarchist like drivel, and
Yeah.
you know what? Whatever. That's what it was. That was the brand.
Yeah.
A lot of like stealing yellow libertarian like jingoisms and putting it behind Republican candidates. Cool.
Yeah.
That was their shtick.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was boring, but that's what it was. So yeah, like it's all of this like Charlie Kirk was the nice guy. Now like all these fucking memes about like the average Charlie Kirk fan now, and just showing all this fucking Black Sun bullshit kind of stuff. And it's like, oh god, really,
mean,
guys?
To be fair, he was much more center moderate than
Yeah.
he was made out to be. He's
Oh, yeah.
not the dangerous, scary, far right extremist that they think he is. He's not even close to that. It is true that there is much worse, much
There is.
worse out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I also don't like those people.
Yeah, and they're feeling emboldened right now, and I think people like the idea of like hard vengeance, and it's like, okay, dude, like, you will fuck away everything that makes America what America is.
Yeah.
Like, cool, man. Don't take it from a Brit. Like,
Yeah.
God,
I'm tired, guys.
Me
I'm
too,
so-
man. We moved from Commonwealth countries to get away from like that kind of like overbearing bullshit.
Yeah. Like,
But-
it bugs me. It bugs me a lot. Everyone's always said, "Oh, America's just 5 to 10 years behind everyone else," and now I'm kind of seeing it. Like,
Yeah, it's with carelessness.
yeah,
We've done so well in some respects. Like, honestly, like Americans' actions during COVID, I was incredibly proud of. Like,
Yeah.
we could still be living under like fucking medical tyranny government.
yes,
But people said no. People just started doing their own thing, and that fucking like those actions had a big ripple effect throughout the world. It's not to say Americans were the only ones pushing back, but like a lot of that shit came from the rebellious
America kind
nature
of-
of this country.
I hate to say America drives world culture. It does.
It does.
Like,
It does.
I think we can say that from both being from outside of America.
Yeah, it's Britain. I'm about to go back for the first time in like 7 years.
God, I'm so
I have
sorry.
I have no. Me too. I have no idea what it looks like. But I know right before I left, I'd been to the States plenty of times before, and I knew England was becoming, well, the UK was, and Europe was becoming a lot more American by the day. I know when I go back, I'm gonna be like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
it's it's getting there. But um, yeah, guys, touch grass, be good. You guys have any dad advice for the listeners?
Yeah. Shit.
Ha! You got
th-
gotcha
th-
by
I,
our
I
own
feel
gotcha.
I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself a lot, but get off your phone. Like, go de-radicalize yourself. Go fucking touch grass. Go train with the boys. Even, you know,
Yes,
we're
go
in for
train
some
with the
we're
boys.
in for some weird times. When I say de-radicalize yourself, I just mean like in terms of don't be depressed. Like, don't sit on your phone scrolling fucking Instagram and be a doomer all day.
You can keep some of the other radical shit because
Yeah.
that makes you fun, and it's why you're
Yes.
here.
Yes, it's the interesting thing that you can do in front of your in-laws. Yeah, just like take care of your mental health first. But we might be in for some weird times, so
Yeah.
just don't sacrifice your mental health and your general preparedness. You know.
Yes.
Um, Phil, you got anything?
Fall in love
Yes.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Based.
Very based.
makes everything worth living through.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we were all probably in a place a few years ago where it's like, well, my biological clock is ticking, and I feel like if the big hot dog eating contest is gonna happen,
Yeah.
then by God, it's my time to do my part. Now we're all like,
2019 to 2020, fucking shine a mirror at ourselves. Why don't you?
So ready for the big luau.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, no, you come within a mile of trying to fuck up my home situation.
Yeah.
Like fuck with my
Yeah.
fiance,
You're
fuck with our family. Like hell no.
no. You're getting scorpioned.
Yeah,
Uh,
hell fucking yeah.
um.
Suck a dick, corpos.
Oh God. Fuck corpos. But yes, I'm inclined to agree with that. I'm forcing this to be a thing, just like Pink on Wednesdays.
No,
But
motherfucker, I haven't done an episode with you since you started doing this.
oh yeah. Well, I'm going to go first because this is my idea, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Media that you've enjoyed lately. Um, I have really liked, and this isn't a book this time. I'm getting through my Forgotten Ruin series of Rangers Circle Jerk young adult novels, and I don't give a
Nice.
fuck. They're fun. It's like Rangers end up in the distant future, and the world is now a fantasy isekai place. But I really recommend Chronos: The New Dawn. Kind of an indie horror, very polished, very beautiful survival horror game that takes place in post-apocalyptic Poland. The world kind of ends in the 1980s, so it all has that like very distinct aesthetic of like pre-fall of the Iron Curtain Cold War. It's really really good. Yeah, that's my media. What do you guys have?
I have been in desperate need of escapism. And I might have talked about this before you were doing this bit. But I used to just digest like a lot of anarchist theory books because I find like those old thinkers fascinating. And
Like
a lot
ballots
of
not
other
bullets, or like the
uh
Constitution of No Authority kind of stuff, or
that yep
yeah,
that
I love
New
that.
Libertarian Manifesto.
Yeah,
Lysander
Lysander
Spooner.
Spooner.
But anyway, all of that shit is nerd stuff. What you should be reading or listening to if you have Audible, which we're not sponsored by, is Black Library books, and just fill your brain that should be filled with like useful things. Fill it with knowledge of the Warhammer 40k universe. So
Yes,
what
fuck
I just,
yes.
dude, I've got 19 titles that I've listened to so far from the Black Library.
That's awesome.
The most recent one was Angron the Red Angel, who was
Yeah.
one of the Emperor's sons who turned to corn, and he became a big red demon fucking thing, and he leads berserker space marines across the galaxy, killing anything because it's blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne.
This
So anyway,
unironically sounds fantastic.
oh, it is. It's
Corn,
like the
corn,
most.
corn,
I've
corn.
yeah. I've needed like retarded escapism for so many years. I realized over the last year or so, I've been so serious for so long. I've talked about it a little bit on this show. You need silly things.
Yes,
I've been
I
I've been
agree.
a serious guy for a long time, and I'm done. I'm like I'm getting ready to be a dorky dad. I'm painting little fucking plastic soldiers. I'm listening to Warhammer 40k. I'm doing silly projects on my house. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we need to shoot more, but we're still shooting. We're still doing dry fire. We're looking after ourselves. We're staying prepared. We're
Yes.
stacking the extended pantry deep. But at the same time, escapism. Don't the fucking headline bullshit and like everything being nonfiction, that shit's behind me. We're doing
Yes, I agree entirely.
silly stories about space marines and demons and shit.
Yes.
Anyway, that's my thing. I've been listening to a lot of Black
Black
Library
Library.
books.
Yes, I need to get on that. You're not the first person, and you will not be the last to recommend that to me. So I really got to get on it.
Our Discord has a Warhammer 40k section,
We do.
It does.
so get in
40
there and
cunts,
talk.
I believe it's called.
40 cunts, amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lucas named it.
I need to share. Maybe that'll be my Discord participation. I'll start sharing random models that I've been making while I listen and edit the show.
The
in
guys
there.
would love that.
I think so.
I need to get on that because just for the record, guys, that is when I do that because I stare at audio waves or I stare at little dudes while I listen to audio waves.
Yes.
So I do that.
And if you don't
But
like
anyway.
chaos, you're wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a lot of chaos. So sorry to all of the fucking all of the bootlicking Imperium corpse worshippers. I said it.
Based.
That's my slur of the day.
Your slur.
Corpse worshippers. All right, Philip.
So I've mentioned it on previous episodes, but I'm still working through Dungeon Crawler Carl. So again, if you want silly, goofy, strange slop, it's fantastic.
What's the story behind that? Because I heard Amanda from Reptilia talking about it the other day.
Oh really?
Yeah,
So-
she posted a story saying that it's amazing.
Dungeon Crawler Carl, the bit like basically like if we're talking genre, it's basically you take Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and add D&D elements.
Okay.
So basically, our world is just meant to create resources for aliens, and they have come to collect. And when they come to collect, they basically destroy everything on the surface. And if you're inside of a building or a vehicle, it collapses and you're dead. But if
Yeah.
you're outside, then you survive the collapse, and doors open up that lead into the underground, where there's a dungeon crawling game that you have to play, and it's played for life and death.
Interesting.
And it is fucking awesome. And I
I've
just
heard nothing but
finished
good things about it.
the third book, which is called The Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook. And I just started the fourth book, The Gate of the Feral Gods. And
it sounds
so
up my
sick.
alley.
Yeah, if you like Hitchhiker's Guide, you like Dungeons and Dragons, like fantasy dungeon crawling stuff mixed with some sci-fi, it's
Yeah.
so sick.
I'm really enjoying my Rangers Circle Jerk series right now, which is
And-
kind of similar. So
Also, if you're on Audible, the voice acting and the sound effects that they added are fantastic. It's Audible exclusive as far as audiobooks go.
that's awesome.
I'm gonna try and get us an Audible sponsorship because I actually love the shit out of Audible.
I would
Oh, same here.
love
I listen to
promo them.
Audible while I'm Audible. God, please pay me. Please, God, please, God.
Or just give us more credits. Honestly, that
Yeah, actually.
I'll take that. I just bought 5 more credits so I can finish out this.
I never buy
series.
the credits. I go back and re-listen to other stuff if I have like a lapse. But usually I
Yeah.
listen to minimum like 10 to 15 hours of Black Library at a time.
Yeah. Likewise, like I think I go through like a book a week on average. So
I'm now using my girlfriend's Audible because she has all of the Dungeon Crawler Carl books on Audible, and
That's
I got
awesome.
tired of buying them.
yeah, I'm about to start The Black next, which is like I think it's cosmic horror based on a. Yeah, Phil, I keep on meaning to text this one to you. It's cosmic horror based on an oil drilling rig, and I'm not going to spoil any more than that. I don't know much about it, but it
Ooh.
seems like it's up your alley.
That sounds like I really want to read Into the Drowning Deep, which is another ocean-based horror.
Yeah.
I think that one has to do with deep sea science stuff.
I'm curious.
And then the newest S.A. Barnes book, which I haven't gotten to read yet.
Let me know how that is, because I really liked everything you sent me from her.
Yeah, I'm loving her books.
Yeah.
If you like like psychological deep space horror. S.A. Barnes.
I'm into it.
Yep.
Nathan
Yeah,
just keeps on
thanks,
pulling out
thanks
cool
guys for
guns.
doing this one so short notice. I'm glad we could get this out.
No.
We'll have Lucas come on sometime as he's very excited to give his take. But
True. But I am going to also throw out on the media side of things, go watch Weapons. Give Zach
No, I
Krieger more
loved Weapons.
money.
We
Give him
all
more
enjoyed-
money.
We
Those
all
movies are
enjoyed
awesome.
Weapons. Holy fuck, that was a good film.
yeah, I like Weapons and Barbarian a lot. He's a good director.
Yeah, Barbarian
I
was a
don't
fun
think it's
one.
for everyone. My better half did not like Weapons. I strongly disagree. She
Really?
has no taste. No taste.
Is it
uncultured.
because it got silly?
Yeah, at the very end, that and some of the dream symbolism and whatnot, like the baby.
The AR was hilarious.
Yeah,
I mean, Zach has gone on record to say like this is not an allegory for school shootings.
for gun control.
This
yeah.
is literally not that.
Yeah.
It's literally like, well, shit. I can't even say that. It'd spoil the movie.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I-
go watch Weapons. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It was
fantastic
it was.
movie. I'm going to be watching it again soon.
Killer. Well, yeah, this one mostly a heavy one, guys. I hope this conversation did something for you other than give you something to send us in the hate mail. Go ahead. We probably won't read it. We've been very busy.
Yeah. Or
leaving us-
send it to me because I'm infinitely reachable, mostly on Discord.
Yeah,
If you
or
it to
send a
me,
love note.
Seaburn, I will never see it, probably.
Yeah, we actually do respond to love notes. Like,
Yes.
if you tell us you love us, we'll tell you we love you, because we do. So yeah, peace and love, guys.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.